Welcome everyone, this is Warith Al-Ma'wali, founder of dg77.com and the developer of Linux Kodachi. Okay, this video is dedicated to the Coinomi security champions. First of all, I am Warith Al-Ma'wali, I am confirming this, and for those who supported this case, thank you very much. And those who did not understand, I know this is pretty advanced for you to understand, or either it's a joke, I mean, to believe, because I myself was in shock when I found out what they've been doing. If you want to understand what happened technically, you can just visit E15 channel, and he nailed it. I mean, it's all explained over there, but I'll try to simplify for those who did not understand what happened. So imagine you had an account with a bank with 100,000 and you had to open another account in a different bank. So all what you wanted to do is take your 100,000 of assets and move them to the new bank. So you went to the new bank and they said, okay, we've shifted your amount, it's with us, it is safe. All you have to do is wait for the ATM card and the PIN to be posted in your local post address. So you agreed on that. What the bank did is they misspelled your address, and that envelope actually went to someone else. So the guy who received that envelope, a closed envelope, he utilized your ATM card with the password and he wipes out your 100Ks. Now, after that, you got notified by your mobile that Warith, your 100,000 are gone. So you go straight forward, smiling, not striking to the bank. You go and smile to them and tell them, guys, I've lost my 100,000 and I've never received your ATM card. How come I lost my funds? Then they say, Warith, you got hacked, or maybe someone took your ATM. But then I face them again, I confront them, but I haven't seen the ATM. You do your research, you find out that the ATM card was sent to a different person. Guys, you made a mistake here. My passphrase, my ATM, I'm relating to Coinomi now. My passphrase on Coinomi was sent to third party and my funds were stolen. And they come up with an announcement saying officially in front of everyone, Warith, the envelope was closed. The HTTP traffic wasn't HTTP, it was HTTPS, it was encrypted. So yes, it was encrypted until the dead end, which is the server. Once it reached the server, the guy had opened the envelope, he took whatever he wanted, the ATM, he utilized the amount, and he disappeared. As you can see here, this is their official announcement in response to what I've published. And what do they say here? If you come to this section, they say the spell check requests that were sent over Google API were not processed. So over here, basically Coinomi is just confirming that they've sent the passphrase to Google, even though they said it was secure, but it was sent. Then they say it was processed, but it wasn't processed or cached or stored. And the requests themselves return an error code 400 as they were flagged as bad requests and weren't processed. So this is just to let you know that Coinomi is confirming that the passphrase was sent via API method and it was sent securely. And as a technical perspective, this was processed. Moving to the next point here, Google rejected this request initiated by GX browser. This is what they stated. Now, why do you have to mislead the community and blaming GX browser? Because GX browser obviously, as you can see on their page, since 2016, they said by default spell checker is enabled and configured to use English language. So basically you had the option to disable this feature, but you did not have the time to read the documentation. Moving to the third point, they state here, we have asked Google to confirm that bad request text body is installed on their servers. We will update our statement accordingly. Okay, I have to tell you guys that you don't have to wait for Google response, because again, if you have done your homework properly, you would have gone to the Google API services, okay, and check their terms. It's obvious they're saying here, deceptive or unauthorized use of Google API service is prohibited. Okay, you are strictly prohibited from engaging in any activity that may deceive users or Google about your use of Google API service. This includes, without limitation, the following requirements. Guys, if you have time, you go through this. But basically what I'm saying here, that you have actually used Google API in unauthorized way. The next point here, they say, be upfront with your users so they can make an informed decision to grant authorization. So to explain this, basically Google is asking you that you have to let the users know about the usage of their services, which we are talking about here, API. You haven't informed your users, and you haven't granted their permission as well. Moving to the final legal point here, as it says, your API clients. So Google states obviously here in capital, you agree that Google may monitor, again I'm repeating, may monitor use of the APIs to ensure quality, improve Google products and services, and verify your compliance with the terms. I think this is obvious enough, and I don't have to explain what do they say here. This is your setup terms and conditions. If I go through it briefly, everyone can see this. I don't see any point that states you are using Google API. Nevertheless, you haven't taken my permission to use Google API services and send my passphrase to them. Basically here what I'm trying to say, that the use of the spell checker feature by Coinomi wallet was a hidden feature, because they were supposed to inform the user through their terms and conditions. So if I knew myself before using this application, if it was indicated over here that they were going to use this feature, I wouldn't have volunteered my passphrase to be checked by Google to improve its vocabulary. Come on guys. So the irony here, you don't only have to change your CTO guys, you also have to change your lawyer. You guys have leaked my passphrase to a third-party entity, which is Google API server. And here I'm declaring again, I did not say that Google stole my funds. All what I say, Coinome has done a silly mistakes that would allow any employee who has access to those logs and could see my passphrase in clear, utilize it. Or my other assumption was that it could be that the Google API server was compromised. So anyone who had access to that server would easily utilize that passphrase for his own benefits. And this is what happened. It's not only, I don't limit my possibility only to that. If they were capable, those professional Coinome were capable to do such a silly mistake, I'm not going to be surprised if they have a bug on their software. I'm not going to be surprised. I do have the EXEs there on the website that I'm going to put below the description. You guys can go and reverse engineering their Java code, and I'm pretty sure you will find something wrong. If I myself was able to find out that they send your passphrase to Google API, I'm pretty sure you will be able to find something else, because that was not easy to believe. It was a shock for me. And the other shock is seeing that 70,000 of my assets were stolen, and they expect me to be happy and, you know, and smile. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Normally I know that the client is always right, but my experience with Coinome, the client is always wrong. They are always right. My God. Anyway, let's continue. Let me show you a proof here why I believe my funds were stolen by their silly bug. Let's go here. As you can see, this is my Exodus wallet. I had my funds mainly here. Now I have $12. Wow, I'm so rich. I know. Well done, Coinome. I have $12 because of you. So let's go to the wallet here. Those are my assets which I had. If you go to portfolio, this is a proof that this wallet has been active for 1 year and 9 months and never got hacked. I never got hacked for 1 year and 9 months. On this virtual machine, you guys talking about security, this is isolated virtual machine. It has 2 firewalls. It has dedicated VPN connection. I'm not through Wi-Fi. I'm not going through Wi-Fi. And I have a sandboxy. You can see all of that over here. And I have antivirus on my host machine. So I'm pretty sure I wasn't hacked since 2013 when I started dealing with cryptocurrency. Now, I got wiped out, not hacked. I got wiped out. My balance was stolen. My assets were stolen after installing this thing over here, Coinome wallet. Now, you have to get the point. For those who say that I might have taken those assets and transferred them to another wallet just to claim for a bounty, well, I am inviting the authorities here. I'm ready to give them the seed, my personal seed. Whatever they require, I will give it to them to prove that those assets were stolen. And this was confirmed by Coinome team, by themselves. Okay, so let's go back again. On this wallet, my assets value were 334,000 back on the bull market, I think January 2018. So okay, now when it got stolen, the value was 70,000. That's why I was asking Coinome team to be held responsible. I did not ask them immediately to send me those funds. I wasn't blackmailing them. I'm a victim. I lost my money, so I have the right to ask them to get my money back, because I have given them the proof that my assets were stolen because of their silly mistakes, and yet they did not accept it. They don't want to be held responsible for their mistake. They had patched, when I gave them the report, they patched everything secretly. They did not want anyone to know about it. I kept forcing him. If I did not go public, those guys would never let anyone know about it. Take my word on this. Okay? Okay. So, let's go back here and show you what happened and the dates that my assets were withdrawn. This is Ethereum, as you can see, and all transactions were taken from this wallet on the 19th. Okay, 19th of February. You can see 35 Ethereums and most of the ERC tokens. Guys, I had 100,000 block ports and it was all stolen. I had almost 13,000 ethos, you know. They wiped out all ERC tokens. They wiped out my Bitcoin Cash. You can see here, they wiped out LTC, you name it, BTC. It was all wiped out. So, and what is surprising me, I had Tron, I had Ripple, I had ARK, and the guy did not take it. Why? Why? Okay, it's 0 now because, yes, because my seed is known by the third party entity. Of course, I would shift all my funds from here. But why didn't he take those funds? I had also VTC. I will give you the answer. Because Coinomi wallet, which I believe they're behind this, they know their wallet, they don't support those coins. So when he inserted my seed into Coinomi wallet, he couldn't see those assets. That's why he couldn't shift them to other accounts. Simply, as simple as that. Okay, they have VTC. Yes, they do support VTC, but they don't support the new address format of VTC. That's why they couldn't make the transaction. Okay, still I believe you were hacked because anything would have happened. Now let me tell you why I'm sure I wasn't hacked. On the same VM, I have Zcoin, I have Qtom, I have Decred. I'm staking all this coin. I have Vericoin. Since years I've been doing this. I've never got hacked. And if I was hacked, why they haven't taken from those other wallets? Why they only wiped out my Exodus? Why? Give me an answer. Now, you might ask, why did you go with Coinomi to start with? The only reason I went with Coinomi because they supported coins which are not supported by Exodus. So my idea was, what if instead of keeping those coins into exchanges, leave them into exchanges, which is a risk, let's move them to Coinomi wallet. When I downloaded Coinomi wallet and I said, let me check if they support ERC20 tokens, which are not supported by Exodus as well. So let me go and check. So that was my mistake. I took my seed and inserted over here just to check that. And that was my mistake. And those guys had taken my passphrase and sent it to third-party entity, which was Google API servers. And my funds were stolen. Okay, now initially I was wiped out on the 19th, but I found out on the 22nd. I downloaded their application on 14th of February. On this day I found out that their main application wasn't signed. Unfortunately, I have already used my seed by then. But on the same date, I shifted the coins that are not supported by Exodus to their wallets. Now tell me why my Exodus got wiped out and the other wallet that I shifted, I created new wallet with new seed with Coinomi and had my funds on it, did not get wiped out. Do you have an explanation, guys, from Coinomi? Yeah, I have an explanation for you. I know you will run away with this. I have the explanation. Those are my funds. They're still here. Why it wasn't wiped? I still have my funds, as you can see. They were not wiped because I created this wallet from the beginning and I did not paste my passphrase. You get it? So the third party entity did not receive the passphrase. That's why they couldn't steal from this account. So they were able to steal it from the other account because it was pasted. And you guys, you champions, you just took the entire passphrase and sent it to Google API server. Well done. I'm like, you nailed it. When it comes to security, you guys are champions. Let me tell you why I went mad with those guys and why I haven't done the KYC. I'm not going to do the KYC with you guys. If this is not enough to prove that I'm Warith al-Ma'wali, I'm not going to provide you anything unless it comes directly from authorized authorities. But I'm not dealing with you guys because you guys are not professional. Sorry to say that. As you can see, 14th February, I'm telling them, hey guys, you have a problem with your wallet. And this is their reply. Huh? Okay, we are sorry and we will fix that, and we are uploading the digitally signed version. Imagine a bank tells you, sorry that we decided to meet you in Starbucks. and you couldn't prove that it was us. So next time we will meet in our premises. Will you deal with that bank? Anyway, up to this stage, we were friends. When I faced them with the facts, what they did, they deleted the tweets. As you can see, I'm asking here, could you please clarify why your setup files was digitally signed, but your main application was digitally unsigned? Until I reported this, what did they do? You tell me. What do you guess from a professional company like Coinomi? This is my Twitter account. They deleted their reply. Now you are asking me to do a KYC with a company who is acting like this? No way, I'm not doing KYC. But nevertheless, to deliver the report to them, I accepted to use, they call it key-based application. Key-based application uses my private key, digital private key based on PGP. I don't have to explain how that works, but that I can. When you use PGP, you cannot deny that it was you, Warith Al-Ma'wali, who is talking to the CTO. So I accepted that and I did that with them, and we had a secure private channel with them. Now this guy, the CTO, he accepts my deal. He says, as a CTO, it's fair enough for me. Now, if you accept a deal from a guy who you call a blackmailer, so I was a blackmailer, and you accept the deal from me to get the report, and then once you get the report, secretly patch your mess, you go online and you say, Warith was blackmailing us for 17 BTC. Oh my God, you guys, like, I don't know what to say. I've never seen unprofessional people like Coinomi stuff. I mean, this is ridiculous. You see here, I was clearly, obviously I said, I'm not here for the bounty unless it covers my loss. My aim here was not for your bounty. I don't want your bounty. I'm repeating this. I want what I've lost because of your mess. That's all what I'm asking in public. And I've given you the time. I've given you enough time. You guys were careless. And let me prove this. Imagine you contact a company for 4 days. I've been talking to them 4 days, guys, 3 nights. And I was telling them, you guys have a problem. Guys, wake up, you have a problem. And we had to negotiate. Of course, I wanted them to be responsible. After seeing the acts weird by deleting their tweets, I was like, careful to deal with them. And I said, guys, I'm willing to give you the report if you have to be held responsible. Don't send me my funds. Just say in public, we will be held responsible if Warith is right. They couldn't say this. Why? They wanted to run away with it. And this is what they did. Now imagine, you've been talking to a company for 4 days, alerting them you have a problem, you're putting other users' funds into risk, and when they convince you to give them the report, they say they wanted 3 hours. The guy says to me, CTO, please give me 3 hours. I need 3 hours. Now you send him a report, I don't know. You send him a report that you've been talking about for 3 nights, and these guys, they ask you to give them 3 hours. And instead of taking 3 hours to see the report, can you see the time over here? This is the report. The time was 10:49. After almost 5 hours, I don't know, he says, just got it. Are they professional? Were they serious dealing with me? I lost 70,000 here. I'm waiting for those guys for 5 hours just to read my report. So do you think they were serious with me? Do you want me to do a KYC with these guys? I'm not going to doing KYC with these guys. I mean, you find someone to. I've done KYC with Binance. I've done KYC with Bittrex, with many firms outside there. But I will never do a KYC with those guys. Never, never. Why do you have to keep deleting your tweets, guys? Coinomi, I'm talking to Coinomi. Now, just see what they said here. If you, after saying that I'm blackmailer and whatever I am, and I'm like a bunch of scamming group who is trying to defame them, okay, you said all of that. Now, why do you offer the blackmailer to help him? You know, they say if you need our help, you have to retract these inaccurate statements. Why they are inaccurate? Why are they inaccurate? Take down the unacceptable website. It's acceptable, guys. It's not acceptable for anything from the client. Is not acceptable for you. I know that, and I cannot change you, but it's acceptable for me because I'm here for my fans. That you are behind the loss of it. Now, your funds weren't stolen because of Coinomi. Oh yeah, okay. They were stolen because of what? Can you verify? Can you go public and say that Warith was hacked, or he is scamming this and he took the funds by himself? Can you prove that to public? You cannot prove. Well, I did my job here and I proved that you leaked my password. So now, in order for people to believe you, you have to go public and prove to people that I was hacked and not because of your wallet. And I'm willing to cooperate with authorities with this to prove that you are behind this. I've shared with these guys my seed, my passphrase. They asked for it to confirm if I was hacked or not. And I gave it to them and they confirmed it on the tickets. By the way, they posted online the tickets. They deleted some of my responses. How professional is that? I'm going to upload all the tickets. You guys have to go to my website and check the tickets again. Why do you delete the tickets? How professional is that? They only leave what is on their favor to show that, oh, Warith was so mad, he was threatening us. I was asking for my right. Yes, I will go mad. You give me your account and let me wipe it out and let me see your smile in public. You will go mad as well. Talk to Exodus team wallet. Talk to them, ask them to provide you my communication with them and compare it how you were dealing with me. Those guys were professional. I was happy to deal with them. I was parallelly communicating with them until today, parallelly communicating with Exodus, and everything went well. Because to start with, they did not blame me. They did not say, oh, you got hacked. No, they took it step by step. They showed me that they cared for my loss. You guys, all you showed me that you care that I don't go public. What? Give us, don't go public, just give us what you have. What about my funds? I ask you how many times in public in Twitter, guys, all you have to do is say, I'll be held responsible if you prove it. I would accept your KYC. I would share everything with you. Just say, if I was right, you would refund me. You couldn't do that. Why? And you kept ignoring my questions on Twitter. Everyone can go to my Twitter account now and verify how many questions I've asked to those guys before going to public, and they totally ignored me. What is this? Why do you want me to not go public? And when I shared the reports with you, when you found out you had a mess with your code, what did you do? You kept quiet. You went silent. You did not have, until this moment in your website, anything to do with the incident. Why? You were supposed to inform your users, your clients, that guys, your passphrase was leaked. Whoever had a version previously should immediately upload the new version because it is fixed now. You never did that. Now you talk about being professional here. What is this? I mean, yes, anyone would get mad with you guys. Anyone. So stop deleting your tweets. I feel that I'm dealing with a bunch of kids here. Okay, if you say I've ruined your image, you participated in this. Like you had 80% force on this to ruin your image. The way you respond is just childish. So you have to grow up, guys. I hope everyone who ever used Coinomi wallets with their seed, please do not use Coinomi wallet anymore. Make sure you delete their wallet from your phones and from your PCs. Make sure you delete their wallets. I still have my funds on that. That's because it's a proof that on the same date I transfer my funds on the other wallet with a different SID, and it wasn't stolen. So I have to leave those wallets for the authorities to prove that I did not get my funds stolen on that wallet. So I'm keeping that for evidence. But for you guys, please remove Coinomi wallet as soon as possible. And if you have used any of your other wallet seeds into Coinomi wallet, please make sure you change that seed and you move out your funds from that, because there's definitely it will get wiped out. After publishing my findings, I've seen on Reddit many users have confirmed that their assets were wiped out. And Coinomi, what did Coinomi say? They said, guys, maybe you were hacked. It's the same story. They keep blaming the users. How come a CTO requires 5 hours to read a critical report against you guys? If I did that to my clients, I'm the developer of Linux Kodachi. Linux Kodachi is a security platform. If I get message from my users claiming that I have a vulnerable, I don't deal with assets, but if I have vulnerability on my system and I ask users for 3 hours so I can read the report, just shoot me on my head, because this is unacceptable. If you deliver a product to your users, you have to be responsible for their loss if it was because of you. Okay, so this is my conclusion, and make sure you check the website avoid-coinme.com, because I'll be posting the updates. So Coinomi, so far I have taught you how to sign your applications, and I have taught you how not to spell check your users' passphrases, and I have taught you how to fix your terms and conditions, and all of those 3 were for free. Don't I deserve now to get my refund from you? Finally, I repeat myself, I want Coinomi to be held responsible for my loss, and I demand here for them to return my actual assets. And this is what I prefer, to get my actual assets that were stolen from me because of their mistakes. If they cannot return the actual assets, they have to return what is equivalent to it, either by BTC, and I think it is around 17 BTC, or fiat currency, which is around $70,000. If you might think that is higher than the actual assets that were stolen, you have to put into consideration that there'll be time involved to acquire again those assets, and there'll be exchanges fees involved to acquire those assets. All these aspects had to put into consideration. Again, if you want to return it, you better return the actual assets, and that will make the job easy for us, and this should be over. Thank you very much, and have a nice day, and bye bye.